Hello, Flat Earth researchers, debaters and debunkers. If you are researching and looking into the Flat Earth, then congratulations, you've taken the first step in truly freeing your mind from the global matrix that we have been imprisoned in our minds. And like any prison break, you will be met with a lot of resistance. You'll be met with people telling you that science knows the Earth is a globe, and we have all these numbers to prove it, and formula, and heroes of science that discovered that the Earth was a globe. No one ever discovered, or has discovered, the true shape of the Earth. This has never been defined. Anyone who tells you they know because science knows is lying. And there are many liars on this earth. Many liars who want you to conform to the belief that they have, that we somehow break all the natural laws of physics and can be stuck to the outside of a spinning globe, orbiting the sun in space. All because of the heliocentric religion's god, gravity. The definition of gravity in the English language simply means weight. The definition in physics has been redefined to mean an attraction between the center of two masses. And this is just an abstract concept in the language of physics, which describes things, and that of course uses mathematics. But using mathematics doesn't prove anything. Making equations, adding numbers up, or even converting numbers, which is what newtons are, and gravity has been defined as just a simple conversion, doesn't change what we really experience or what we can observe. And the religion of heliocentrism, scientism, has attempted over the generations to influence our minds and deceive us into believing this physically impossible scenario of sticking to the outside of a ball, by having us look up at the heavens and imagine the Earth as another planet. Just because we look up and we see what appear to be spheres in the sky, we are told we are on one of those spheres, and that the only way we can do that is because we have this law defined by men before people could even fly above the earth and really see where we are. That states that we can do this physically impossible thing without noticing anything whatsoever, as if we were on a flat, stationary, level plane. So there is really, though, no physical measurement, nothing that has ever been done to prove this abstract religious concept that attempts to tell us our place in the universe, attempts to tell us how we arrived where we are today, attempts to preach to us how everything began. This is not the realms of science. This is the realms of religion, or a spiritual journey that each and every one of us is on during our lifetime on the earth. But from the moment we enter the education system, we are told, this is the way it is, this is where you are, this is how you got here, and it's all because gravity, billions of years ago, created everything out of nothing, and it all came together in spinning balls And you're on one of them, just by chance, in the middle of nowhere, for no particular reason other than it just happened. And so gravity has been redefined as the God, the creator of the heliocentric religion. A decision to put the sun at the center and create mathematical models passed off as science that attempt to explain away the very essence of our existence. And tell us this is a truth that is undeniable because mathematics and science says so. But the reality is that gravity and newtons are nothing more than a conversion of one measurement of weight into another. No different to converting one currency into another, or one distance into another. It is simply the same as converting kilograms into pounds and ounces. But in this case, the kilogram has been converted into newtons, and the newton has been defined as 9.8 newtons per kilogram, simply because that is the rate of acceleration that something will fall through the air. A rate of acceleration of 9.8 meters per second, measured in the metric system and then converted into a number that is basically the same as 10. So 1 kilogram equals 10 newtons minus a fraction, 9.8. And then we are told this is a force. We are told to perceive and believe this rate of acceleration at which something will fall through the air as a force that is created by the mass of the spherical Earth itself. This has never, ever, ever been proven. This is pure conjecture, only arrived at by assuming that everything we see in the sky, not beneath our feet, is a sphere that has mass, and everything is falling through empty space, and that we are falling around the sun at incredible rates of speed because we're on a spinning ball of mass. And calculations have been made to assume that the Earth has a specific mass, giving us a specific weight. Hence, the idea that if you go to the moon, which is apparently smaller and has less mass, then you will weigh less. Or if you went to a massive planet like Jupiter, then you would weigh more. These are all assumptions, none of which have ever been proven. Unless, of course, you believe that a generation ago, people went to the moon and bounced around on it, rather than being filmed on wires in a studio. So, the definition of weight has been redefined in order to have us believe the physically impossible. Otherwise, the model of the globe Earth simply wouldn't work. So when people come along and they tell you that they know we live on a globe because it's a perfect working model, they are lying. All that has ever been done is the passage of time has been measured by looking up at the sky. And conversions have been made to have us believe that we are on one of these balls that we see up in the sky, when everything around us, the natural physics of everything around us, and our own senses scream out to us that we are not on a ball, and we are not moving through space, and we are not orbiting a sun. And again, the only reason we are told that it's a fact that the sun is massive and millions of miles away, even though it looks exactly the same size as the moon and behaves in exactly the same way as the moon, is to fit this heliocentric model of a solar system that has never, ever, ever been seen by anyone, only in our mind's eye, and now with CGI, created with abstract mathematical formula, to perpetuate a deception that began who knows when. There is nothing, there is no physics whatsoever to dictate that we live on a spinning ball. Nothing. Not 1 ounce of proof, except the repetition on a daily basis of the idea and the interpretation of the things we see in the sky as being because we are on a moving earth. And when you do free your mind from the globe earth trappings, then you realize how ridiculous the whole idea is. It is absolutely insane. It is a cult with gravity as the Godhead. But we've been told since childhood, and our parents were told, and their parents were told, that the facts of life are dictated to us by mathematicians or mathemagicians who manipulate numbers and manipulate our minds and carry out the biggest deception humankind has ever known. A deception that tries to tell you who you are, where you came from, how you came to be here, for no particular reason. Gravity and the globe are fallacies. They are figments of our imaginations. And if it weren't for constant repetition through the media and everything around us, through the education system, if we were left to our own devices and left to our own senses without being constantly distracted with words and rhetoric that are centered around this spinning globe idea, we would come to our senses and we would come back down to earth. And then you can be free. Your mind will be free. Thank you very much.